It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Jets and the Dolphins, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
The address is 347 Don Shula Drive in honor of the legendary coach. The stadium is Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida. The rain started earlier today. It hasn't let up much. It is going to be a welcome. Back with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Nice and dry here in the booth for Greg. You've been down on the field and played in one of these sloppy, wet, rainy games. What is it like?
Well, it depends what position you play. For the offensive defensive linemen, they love it. It's a little bit slower. The defense is a little bit slower to react to the ball. A lot more runs, less pass protection. So for them, they're thrilled. But for any...
The punter, Bradley Pinion, will handle kickoff duties. And off we go from South Florida. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field, led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
There wasn't really anything fancy about their performance in last week's win, Mike. I mean, he had the one interception. He would clearly like to have that one back. But for the most part, I thought he did a nice job keeping the ball out of harm's way. However, it's clear after reviewing the film, he left a lot of opportunities out there. I think there was a lot of meat left on that bone. The 2 touchdown passes, those were great. If he's going to continue to lead his team to more wins in the future, he has to do a better job identifying those mismatches, finding those opportunities, and when they present themselves, he's got to take it.
Opening carry of the game for the speedster, Devon Achane. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
And he'll get this up to the 44. Hassan Reddick there to make the play. Here's 2nd and 9. Tua gonna give this to Wright. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Now this looks like a design run. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. It sets up 4th down.
I can tell you firsthand as an offensive guy, we never loved playing in the rain. I always felt like the defense had the advantage. They know it wasn't going to be much of a passing attack, hard to handle the ball, a lot of turnovers. So they've got to have a lot of early focus offensively and try to get something on track.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
Going back and looking at last week's tape, just a little too up and down for my liking. It's hard to win consistently in the NFL, Mike, with your quarterback having good plays, good weeks, bad weeks. You want to just level all of that out. Maybe you lose some of the highs, but you prevent some of the lows. And when he was good, he was really good. But when he was bad, Those are the back-breaking plays that really are hard to overcome if you want to win consistently in this league.
He'll get it into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Here's third down and a few inches. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
First and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. He's got a man. That's Josh Downs. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. To the goal line and in. Wandale Robinson. Touchdown, New York. It's his second touchdown of the year.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be at a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to see the football for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for first and 10. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They'll try again here, second and 10. The tight end Fant in motion. They'll stay on the ground with Achan. And once again, they try the same runner. They get the same result. Back-to-back carries of no gain. Now it's third down. Out of the gun, Tungo Bailoa. Connected with the tight end. That's Fant. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Miami.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses it. We want to possess the ball. Give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
On first down, a run for right. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a second and 9. From the gun, here's Tua. Sending it deep for Waddle. His pass deflected and caught. And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone. Inside the 20. It's a big play there for Miami. A pickup of 44 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down.
And now, after that last play, the challenge flag is out, and we will get a review right here. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge is unsuccessful, and he's going to have to be careful here because he has just one challenge for the remainder of the game. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, The defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And the Dolphins are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Throwing again, it's Tua. And he'll take it on in. Noah Fant, touchdown Dolphins.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Jets offense are not ready to get going on their second possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Zamir White. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. He finds Likely, his tight end. 18 yards on the catch and run will move the chains.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the give, it's White. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Back to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as the market inside the 20. A play fake. Now, Tua to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from the April draft. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Here's a 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Tua. Sending it deep for Waddle. And that is incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target. And it's going to be 4th down. Here's Blake Gillikin now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This returnable from inside his own 40. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. All even here. in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. They'll start this on the ground. And here's White. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. To the tight end, likely.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. This is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play. Mike, I don't really even think this is much of a conversation on the plus side of the 50. I think you've got to keep your offense on the field, stay aggressive, and try to maintain possession. You get field position like this, you want to make sure this drive ends with some sort of points.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Dolphins offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's A-10. They'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Here's 2 and out on 2nd down. He'll go down. They drop him for the sack on the final play of this first quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. All even on the scoreboard. And we're back to South Florida after this. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now it's Tua. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. The Jets offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by White. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. Throwing now from the gun. Quick throw here is complete. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Now, faking the give. He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. Toward the middle, that's caught by Moore. 13 yards on that pass play. Good for a Jets 1st down. Moore going in motion. They run on the jet sweep, and they'll bring this inside the 30. A gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That is brought in at the 10. And he'll be taken down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Quick throw, taken in. He'll take this one down to the 8-yard line. This is the 8th play of this drive, and it's 3rd and goal. And he's in. Garrett Wilson. Touchdown, Jets. Extra point attempt to come here. No problem with the footing. The kick is good. And the Jets will move out to a 14-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Dolphins offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. He'll run with right. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Off the bootleg, here's Tua. This one complete to his tight end Fant. He'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. They're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down, Tungo Bailoa. He'll get that complete to Ross. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation. And that's where the top guys in the league are slow to ignore and overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
The tight end Fant in motion. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion. Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself. But they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
And he's going to have a Dolphins 1st down. He'll wind up getting the yards they need on 4th and 3. The tight end Fant in motion. He'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Tagovailoa. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass.
That's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
Here's their punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. So that one's going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. Garrett Wilson and the Jets offense now heading back onto the field. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. They run with White, and that'll be a gain of 2 and a 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
Looks like movement over there on the left side, and the flag is down. He'll look to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll throw out of the gun. Looking middle, and he's got downs. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. 3rd down and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. That's caught downfield by Robinson. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15.
This receiver went a long way to catch this ball. He started all the way out on the left side of the formation. And look where he catches it, Mike. He's all the way on the right side of the field. He just continued to work through those open zones, eventually found one, and the quarterback was able to put it on him for a nice gain.
That's to Robinson. He's got it. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look them over during the break. 3rd and 6. Back to throw. He's got it at the 3. And he is out of bounds. It's going to be 1st down, though. 1st and goal at the 2.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their 2nd, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this 1st half. 2nd and goal. One more time, they give it to Hall. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. Jets are going to use their third and final timeout here. The Jets will send out the field goal unit. This about as short as you can get. He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Jets going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
On first down, Simgamingnetwork. He's going to look for the home run ball. And he's going to take this one all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Miami.
Mike, I'm not sure how else to put it other than this is just a complete defensive breakdown. I mean, from where this ball was snapped, you simply have to just defend the end zone, and if they throw it short, come up and rally tackle. If they throw it in the end zone, high point the ball and knock it down. You cannot give up 6 points to end this half.
Now Sanders on for the extra point. The kick here is good. And 1 more point, and that takes us to the end of the first half.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where it was the visiting Bills who were able to come away with the victory on the road. Josh Allen, 3 touchdown passes as his guys stay unbeaten on the year. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Brandon Ayuk, a touchdown catch in the victory. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they were winners in that game over the visiting Detroit Lions. Jonathan Taylor, a touchdown run in the victory. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Coach, thank you. And the rain only intensifying as the teams are back out here for what figures to be a sloppy second half to come. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Jets offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Flags come in. Looks like movement up front. And 3rd down just became a lot tougher. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. That one intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jelani Tabah.
So we saw in the first half, Mike, they were willing to take some risks. It allowed them to build this halftime lead. Now the opposing sideline, they're looking to fight back. They're looking to cut that lead down. That's what that coverage seemed. It looked like they baited that quarterback, to force that errant throw and lead to that turnover. Now it's their offense coming back on the field with a chance to cut this deficit.
The Dolphins offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll start with a golden opportunity here to move out in front. Great field position to start out. It's 1st and 10. Off play action, it's Tua. This one complete to Washington. 18 yards on the connection. Good for a Dolphins first down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap for Tua. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Now, after taking that loss on the sack, it changes your entire approach offensively. You go from playing for 6 to now everything is just about coming away with points.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Tua. And that is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive, but when you find yourself down 3 here in the second half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up, and they were able to do that here.
A safe kick taken at the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Jets offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll look to throw. Pass right side to Downs. 11 yards on the connection there, and the Jets have a first down. He'll look to throw. They go right back to Downs. He's got it again. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. On 2nd down, a run will call. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That's to the running back, Breece Hall. Looking for room out on the edge. He's not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down.
Anytime it's 3rd and short, you better account for the running back out of the backfield, and that's exactly what they do here. Great job by the defense, taking them down for a loss. Brings up 4th down.
On comes the punt team now for the Jets. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll begin with 1st and 10. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Tua gonna throw. That's caught on the right side by Waddle. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They'll try and run it here. It's Achane.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away. As he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. This one fielded out beyond the 25. The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. There's that man again. Another catch. On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
I'll tell you what, if the offensive linemen had the same level of fight and effort that the quarterback did, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's a shame because that individual effort went a long way towards extending that play, and it still ended up resulting in a sack.
3rd and long. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. There's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Tua, give it to Achane. Inside the 35. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
That's as dynamic a run as you're going to see. He gets really good initial blocking at the point of the time that springs him loose. But then it's just his speed and open field running that does the rest.
So after the big play to start, now we have 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. To the goal line and in. Noah Fant. Touchdown Miami. His 2nd TD of the game. This one gives his team the lead.
It just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the 2nd half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this 2nd half started. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Moore going in motion. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Once you see that guy coming across the formation pre-snap, Mike, you have to be thinking jet sweep instantly. It's just such a dangerous play that always has the potential for this type of yardage, especially when he wins that race to the edge.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you can have two or three that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Now this time they'll look to throw. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, the quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
And that's going to work out well. Out of bounds, and they mark it inside the 5-yard line. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Once again, it's Achane. And a nice hole opens up. He's got a first down out of that one, up to the 14-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up the first down.
And a minimal gain there, up to the 17-yard line. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Off the bootleg, here's Tua. That is caught left side by Waddle. And he's going to have this one up near the 28. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Tua. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Jermaine Johnson, the former first-round pick, in there to bring him down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. The pressure all over him. He goes down again.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Throw on the run is complete. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
It's not a coincidence, Mike, that the best offenses in the NFL are all excellent at yards after the catch. It's a combination of a few things. A highly accurate quarterback and the ability of the scheme to get
A play fake. Now two to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Harris Marshall. Touchdown, Dolphins. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The extra point by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Catch made right side by Wilson. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down. A give, and here's White. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now they'll set up to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. They'll throw out of the gun. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Not sure there's any position on defense that's undergone as much of an evolution as the linebacker position. In the old days, they were the physical tone setters. They were the tacklers. But now, it's their ability to hold up in coverage, like you saw there, that allows you to keep those guys on the field for all 3 downs.
And they're going to get the 1st down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them. Here's a give up the middle with White, and he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. And that's going to be picked by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to have it. They'll take over at their own 24-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game. At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Here's Tungo Vailoa. This one complete to his tight end, Fant. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Off play action, it's Tua. Look wide, get this one complete. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. Punt team headed out for the Dolphins as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
He finds Likely, his tight end. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4. He'll drop the throw. Looking middle, and he's got downs. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard. They'll look to throw again. They go right back to Downs. He's got it again. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. They'll look to throw yet again. Open man is Robinson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete. Here's a 3rd down and 4. He'll look to throw. He's got his man. That's down. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. And downfield, it is Downs with the catch. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. That one taken in. Sky Moore. Touchdown, New York. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Dolphins offense make their way out to take over once more. They try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Tua going to give this to Wright, and he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They'll run this one straight ahead with 8-10. And he'll take this up, working towards the first down mark. He gets 5, but is just a little short of the first down. 3rd and a yard. They'll drop to throw. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down. And now at 152, the defense will pull the plug there as they take a timeout. On fourth down, out comes the punter. Now, fair catch. He'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Jets offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. They'll look to throw. Off-balance throw. It's complete. They gain 18 yards on that one. Good for a Jets first down.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. That's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Oh, can't get rid of it, and he's taken down. Here's second down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Final minute, one timeout remaining. And it's first and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Back to the air one more time. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. That's 17 yards, and that's a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too...
And this is a touchdown! They do it on the final play! And now decision time, down 1. Will they go for 2 and the win?
Mike, I know everyone loves to debate these decisions, but I don't even think there's a decision to be made. You have got to keep your offense on the field, go for 2, and end this thing right here. Nope.
That is caught! He got it! A daring move going for 2 pays off. They're going to win by a point. So this one a win for the visiting Jets. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their 2 scheduled matchups. Have a chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.